Hi everyone, I'm living your Erin, for those of you who don't know, and I wanted to make a video to discuss about something that I'm very passionate about. No, it's not chocolate, but you know, that would be a great video to talk about chocolate. I wanted to discuss with you about bullying and how much I despise bullying. As a child, I was bullied, and I'm sure there are lots of people out there that have been bullied. And as a child, you feel scared, you feel alone, and it's not a nice feeling. You know, it's really horrible, because children can be really nasty, and they don't probably realise the consequences of the words that they come out with. But then, I mean, as you get older, it's quite easy to ignore them and kind of carry on. But when you're a parent of a child that gets bullied, which I am, you get pretty annoyed. You want to protect that child. You want to stop this bullying. It's wrong. I mean, there are different ways of bullying. There's the one where a lot of people say it's physical. You go and beat them up and things like that. That isn't the only type of bullying. There are bullying, verbal bullying. Now that can be worse mentally and can affect kids more long term. Say names. It's not clever. It's not big. It doesn't make you really hard and special or anything like that. It actually makes you look stupid. And right now, currently, my eldest daughter, she's actually getting bullied. It's been off and on since it started in primary school, stopped. She went to high school, kind of like fitting in okay and everything. I was a bit nervous because there's loads of people and you get a bit scared when you go into school. And it's been kind of off and on. And a couple of days ago, you know, it was probably building up. And I mean, there's been a few main instigators, and they do it because they want the attention. And then of course they're doing it and people are looking and they're like, oh yeah, I feel really cool. No, you're not cool. You're just an idiot, basically. And the fact that you're trying to do that at someone else's expense, you can be popular, you can do whatever you want. You don't need to get that way and get the centre of attention by bullying someone, by calling people names, you don't go out your way to make someone else's life hurtful. You be a grown up. I mean, I know you're only children, but it's a learning curve. If you don't like someone, you basically turn around and you think, well, I don't like them. Why should I waste my energy speaking to someone that I don't like? Okay, it's kind of like simple. Why would you speak to someone if you don't like them? Don't speak to them. You don't go out of your way to call them names and upset them. It's not nice. So of course this has been going on. They always thinking, calling my daughter names and everything like that, saying that she's ugly. Now if anyone sees her, she's definitely not ugly. We all know that it's down to, like, they've all got, like, kids have these personal issues that are going on and things like that. You know, the main one, she has got personal issues, and you know, she might be a nice person. I haven't seen that side of her. Okay, that's just me. I don't like the girl. That's because she's been hurting my child. And the fact that she sat in one class snapping pencils and saying, oh, Erin's making me do this. Okay, so my daughter is actually getting out of her seat, which is like a few tables behind, walking up to you and getting your hands and making you snap. No, this is not happening. This same particular girl was bullying my daughter in the first year. Okay, I spoke to her guardian, and she, you know, we kind of had a good conversation and everything like that, and she got the girl to write my daughter an apology letter. So she wrote an apology letter. It kind of went okay, but then I think it got to the stage where they realised you know, they can't really be friends, so they went their separate ways and everything like that. It was kind of fine. But the guardian had said to me, she said, if there's any other problems, you know, maybe you should actually take it directly to the school. Fine, fair enough, you know what I mean? Because it's not always nice as a parent contacting another parent, because you at the time you're a bit riled and everything, and you know what I mean, you don't want to fall out with other parents and things like that. So when all this happened, contacted the school, said, look, something needs to be done. So they're actually sorting it all out. And my daughter's the type of child that she doesn't want to say anything. You know what I mean? She can quite easily, she could snap. You know, any child has the capability. They only have to get pushed so far. Anyone, any human being, you get pushed so far and they will snap. But, you know, Erin's kind of, she's been good. She's been ignoring it. You know, she's a lot maturer than most kids. So she doesn't get involved in the little bitchiness that goes on and things like that. She just kind of does her own thing. So they all, you know, one starts, then they all want to join in. There's another girl, a main girl. I mean, as I said to my daughter, even though this other girl can be a complete pain in the rear end, when she doesn't like someone, she makes it known that she doesn't like someone. Deep down, she is actually a lovely girl. I know there's mental. She is actually a nice girl, but there's no need to do the targeting. There's, you know, saying, oh, you're ugly, you've got this disability, you've got that kind of thing. Why? What's need, right? Until you are perfect, don't say anything. And we know no one's perfect. There's no need for any of this bullshit, right? You don't like someone, you don't waste your energy, you don't say anything, okay? So I want to address another point, okay? So last night was parents' evening. So went to the parents' evening, and the main instigator, as you can see, not mentioning any names, haven't mentioned any names because I made a big massive status yesterday, didn't mention any names. If I remember rightly, the girl doesn't have Facebook anymore, but she read my status because I tagged my daughter in it through someone else who was on my daughter's friends list. She read that, which is what I wanted it to do. I wanted to get the hint across. Stop. It's disgusting, absolutely disgusting what you're doing. So automatically she knew it was her. Guilty conscience and all that. You know, I mean, it's obvious, you know what I mean? And so of course this is going on, everything like that. Guidance were involved, everything like that. So goes to parents' evening last night, and then I seen the main instigator. She was walking with her guardian, and we're in the main foyer, so it's quite big. So I smiled. You know what I mean? At the parent, not the child. No. So I smiled at the parent, and I said, I could see, you know, they're a bit cheesed off and everything like that. Obviously, they've just been to guidance and they haven't had a good report, which, you know, I'm not surprised. But I said, do you fancy a quiet word? You know what I mean? Because I am a nice person, I'll have a quiet word. You know what I mean? Maybe we can come to some type of understanding. Maybe she could say to her, you know, as a normal parent, be like, do you want to just stop doing that? You know what I mean? If you don't like her, don't say anything to her. She snapped at me and said, no, I don't think so. All I could do was laugh. I wasn't anywhere near her kind of thing, but I was like, okay then. So I left it at that, carried on going through. Made sure that every class that my daughter's in with her, that they knew everything. Because if they're going to treat my daughter like that, I want to make sure that the school know about it. They have a bullying procedure. They need to follow this. My daughter shouldn't be moved classes or anything like that. These girls need to be punished. Okay? So all this was kind of sorted. So my daughter goes into school today, and you know, the normal little girls coming up and they're saying gossip, 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 because they have nothing better to do in life than to bitch and gossip. Is your life that boring that you have to gossip and bitch about people? Obviously. Okay? So they're saying, oh no, your mum cornered this girl's mum. Did I? Was I sleeping? Did I actually miss something? Did I do? Was I sleep? Oh my God! I did something that I don't know about. Come on, seriously, people. Stop with the gossiping. Stop with the bitching. High school girls are the worst, and it hasn't changed. Seriously, you need to get a grip. Think to yourself, you know what I mean? You're trying to grow into a nice, mature adult. You haven't got anything nice to say? Don't say it. Don't say anything at all. Don't like someone? Don't speak to them. Quite easy to follow these rules. If your life is boring, go and do something about it. Go and find something else. Don't use someone else as a little plaything for your shitty things that are going on in your life. Because, I'm going to put this, the more my daughter gets upset, the more pissed off I get. And I'm following the policies, the procedures and everything like that. I'm letting the school deal with it. They will deal with it. Okay? If it doesn't get dealt with, then I will take it a step further. I will contact the papers. I will go to the governing bodies. But this needs to get sorted. And right now I'm having the faith in the school that it will get sorted. They're actually really friendly. The guidance teacher is absolutely lovely. So I'm not letting the ball on. See how it goes and everything like that. But things like this wouldn't happen. You know what I mean? It's kind of like, you know, parents can snap and everything like that. It's, you know, they could say all this stuff, but it's a case of listening to everything that goes on. All this stuff that goes on with my daughter. I'm not just listening to it from my daughter, so I'm not, as people say, oh, you could be biased. Okay? There are other people, you know, that are saying things like, there's a lovely boy which I really like of Erin's friends. He'd heard, you know, what was being said and everything like that from the horse's mouth, and he basically said to the main bully, come on, I don't know the exact words, but it was something like, come on, get over yourself kind of thing. Stop it. There's no need. You rarely see it with boys. Boys will just go out and do like kick a ball or do whatever, you know, they do kind of thing, and you know, boys can't be bothered with it, and it's so annoying. Just think about it. Not just, it's kind of like, imagine, I mean, I know you're only kids, but eventually you're going to grow up, you're going to have kids yourself, and then what happens if your kids get bullied? It's not nice. It's not nice at all. So I'm just putting it out there. I just want to say that bullying is wrong, no matter what type of bullying it is, whether it's physical, whether it's verbal, whether it's using your fingers or going on social media. It's wrong. I mean, I wrote my book series because Erin was originally bullied in primary school. That was a lot to do with the fact that our accent's slightly different, even though she was born in this area. Okay? It's kind of, it irritates me. Kids are nasty, and I know I'm kind of like dribbling on a bit and everything like that, and I'm kind of like repeating the same things over and over again, but a lot of time as a parent and you've got a child that's being bullied, you feel like you're hitting your head off a brick wall. And I just want to say, stop bullying. Okay? Well, thank you for listening. I'm not 100% sure what the outcome is. I might do a follow-up video or something like that, but I am a mum. Proper mums get pretty cheesed off and get protective of their kids. Okay? Most decent parents can actually sit and have a conversation about it, because they're not the ones that should be falling out. Okay, I'm quite happy to sit and talk to parents and everything like that. Some of them I still get on with really quite well, whose kids are complete pains in the rear. You know what I mean? But we all have to come together. We all have to like stop these kids from doing this. I mean, it doesn't just like it carries on in the workplace and things like that. But what I'm saying is, please stop it. Oh, okay. Thank you. Thank you for listening. Bye.